Alright, here we are on the InfoWars. Germany. Yemeni alien raped 14-year-old girl at Munich bus stop after demanding SE through translation app. Well, let's get into it. A Yemeni migrant has confessed to raping a 14-year-old girl after isolating her in a bus stop and demanding SE through a translation app. The 34-year-old man, who does not speak German, is on trial in Munich for the crime. Abdulasar A. approached the girl at a bus stop in the Dachik district and demanded SA through a translation app. The girl tried to flee, but the Yemeni man followed her and forced the young woman into a nearby wooden hut, then raped her, and also managed to obtain her phone number from the woman's phone. The girl was so scared during the incident that she lost consciousness, according to the prosecutor. Remarkably, the man was only caught because he decided to text the girl after the incident. Yeah, he's either really stupid or he knows he's just going to get a slap on the wrist. He sent porn to the woman and demanded nude photos, according to some news outlet I can't pronounce. Now, in this article below here, it says, Germany's Green Party is calling for an all-woman train cars in Berlin due to soaring SAS. In February, Iranian migrant Moshe K. raped a 63-year-old woman on the U3 line, sparking outrage. Apparently not enough outrage because nothing's been done about it. But let's circle back to this all-female train car thing. Do you know how asinine that is? Say you have an all-train car or bus for women, right? And 4 burqa-clad women get on the bus, and they're driving down, and it turns out, oh wait, no, they're not women. And one Muslim man takes control of the bus, another bars the door, and, well, I'm reminded of a zombie horror flick movie where everybody's huddled in a room or a house or a bus, and then one of them turns into a zombie and starts, how do I say, ripping all the people apart. That's one example. Here's another example. What if a couple trans women go on the bus? Yeah, same scenario, maybe. Just throwing it out there. Or what if the bus driver is a brainwashed lunatic who hates his own ethnicity/race and decides to do something nefarious? So yeah, that woman-only train car stuff is stupid. Anyway, let's look at the crime statistics. Since 2013, SA violence has jumped 260% in Berlin. Yeah, so at what point do you realize, hey, maybe this diversity stuff isn't working? Now, in my opinion, this whole diversity stuff is just a cover for we need more wage slaves. In Western nations, the birth rate is tanked. Why? Women entered the workforce. It's simple. Women enter the workforce, birth rate goes down. And corporations, they have to compensate. There's a few ways they compensate. One, they get the politicians to bring in migrants under the guise of diversity and inclusion. Or two, they move their corporations, factories and stuff, to places like China. That's why I think this whole climate cult stuff is a scam. Western nations, they want to lower their CO2. How do they do that? By allegedly forcing industries to lower their CO2. And in my opinion, industries take advantage of that by saying, okay, well, we'll just move to places like China. CO2 emissions in the West goes down, and corporations, they save a lot of money because they don't have to pay for unions and such. And you might be thinking, well, hey, if all these industries and corporations go to places like China, why does the West need all the wage slaves? Places like McDonald's, they can't move. They have to stay in places like America and Europe. That's how they make their money. When I go to McDonald's, half the staff have a very thick accent. which kind of tells me that they're new to Canada. Ozzy Osbourne's daughter even touched on this. Here, I'll put in the clip.
There are a lot of Latinos here in this country that do agree that the immigration problem is a problem and it does need to be addressed and it does need to be fixed.
Interesting.
But making those comments, those racist comments, do not help.
Were those comments Trump made racy? I don't know. But from what I can gather with Trump, he tends to shame people a lot. And, well, it works pretty well for him. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that,
No.
You know what I mean? Like when I'm saying that
There's more jobs to be
in LA, they always
But
they don't.
Latinos are not only the
No,
only people
I didn't mean
doing
it like that. Come on.
I got a good chuckle out of how sassy she was. And then within an instant, just pop, it was gone. Replaced by sheer panic. Do I think she was wrong in what she said? No, that's an entry-level job, cleaning toilets. When I got my first job at 14, guess what I did? Could she have said it better? Yes. But when she thought about it in her head, it sounded great. But in practice, not really. It came across as a bit elitist and racy. She should have said entry-level jobs. Who's going to do the entry-level jobs? But she went with the sassy approach. Because I've said this a few times. Who does the entry-level jobs? Teenagers. Are there a lot of teenagers nowadays? Nope. There are two videos that I'll never delete. One of Chuck Schumer and Bill Clinton. In both of them, they talk about how Americans aren't reproducing, aren't replenishing like they used to, so they have to bring in migrants. Alrighty, wrapping this video up. Trump says he's going to deport millions of illegal invaders. As much as I agree with that, I'm kind of thinking, what's going to happen to the workforce if millions of workers disappear? I don't want to agree with the left or Ozzy Osbourne's daughter. But that being said, how many of these illegal aliens are actually working? It would be pretty ironic if Trump deports all these illegal invaders and productivity actually goes up. Well, take care out there in clown world.